Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on our podcast. This is our podcast, Talk to Them. My name is Kennitha Wade. I'm one of your hosts.
And I'm Renauda Mitchell, your other host.
And we have FIYA.
And I am Tamar Walker, also known as FIYA, the guest.
Yeah. All right. It's been a week. We always start off just kind of with a little briefing of how our week was or how we're feeling.
Check in.
Yeah. And for me, it's been a week. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about my week.
Oh.
Yeah. It hasn't been as much of a week for me, but it's been a week as well. Just super under the weather. I'm cool now, but for like the last week between one kid getting sick, another kid getting sick, and somehow the first kid got sick again, and after all that, I'm sick. It was a lot. Felt like a really long week. And now we're all finally starting to do better or whatever. It was like one more to go. And everybody's good again. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah. How's your week been?
Busy.
Yeah.
You know, my week was really pretty good until Friday.
Yeah.
So Friday, I was part of a Pan-African fashion show, right? So we all had to meet up there at 1:00. We didn't get until after 11. So the next morning, Saturday, I wind up meeting at noon at the United Cafe for Pinoy's. We had a, what do you want to call it? They was having a CD, not release, but a recognition, you know what I'm saying? A collaboration of over 50 artists, right? They all collaborated with each other. It was really amazing, right? So there was a part one that started from noon till 4:30, and then part two started at 6 till 1 in the morning. So I got home to bed around 2:30, you know what I'm saying? And then today I'm here, and then I have 2 shows to go to. I have 2 more shows after this, and when I leave to set up for.
Yeah, whole weekend.
Yeah,
right.
It's still not over.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. We have some of those sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got one of those coming up. But so with that being said, let's get into, I'll say, what brought you to where you are today in like life and career lessons wise. How do you feel you got here, and what did that journey look like?
Oh, wow. Okay. I just don't know where to start, but I will just start, right? After my mother, 9 years old, had died, and being in all these different foster homes, and then a car accident of breaking my neck, surviving that, walking, teenage pregnancy, then prison, then just going through whole life and just learning life on life's terms the hard way. Without being told, guided. You just have to figure things out in the midst of being taken, abused and raped and trying this and trying that to know the pain, excuse me, of what's always in your head. And so my thing after prison, once I was there, I realized before there, I told I got busted, put it like that. The police came and I just surrendered. And they were like, you don't have to do this. We don't have a search warrant. That was weird. And I was like, no. Because prior, I prayed and said, I want a different life. I don't want this life anymore, right? I don't want this life. And so what happens is kind of like a departure of the Red Sea. Things start moving, not always looking good before it gets good, right? So it's going to be messed up. We speak it. We say it, what we want. We just don't know how it's going to come at us.
Right.
So mine was way of, going to prison, right? And I'm going to tell you, I wasn't treated disrespectful. I didn't even have to get handcuffed. I asked them not to. I knew the lady that called, right? They roughed up one of the clients I had. They knew her and stuff, and I didn't get roughed up, and they brought me back home. So I let me have a phone call. And so the guy was a pastor, one of the police officers was. And how did you get into this? So I knew spiritually I was being like, don't worry. You know, this is going to resolve everything. It's like, you know, you paying you for your mistakes type of thing. This is what happens, you know, when we make our choices. So I went in with the attitude of, I'm taking care of my wrongs, right? Basically. And I was a cigarette smoker. I even stopped smoking cigarette while I was there. I wanted to come out just with nothing, you know? And so, and I did. And I've always liked, while I was in prison, I wrote poetry. So when I wrote my first song, but it was a poem that I first wrote because I used to love to sit under trees on the grass from California. So it's always hot and just write. And so it got in a little newspaper article that was so encouraging. Then I did my first production in prison, right? Using TLC's A Waterfall song. So I sung it and I didn't know about Juneteenth. And so I had 2 white girls and myself. Because everybody I asked to do this with me, right? To act out the first 2 verses in the song. Nobody wanted to act out the AIDS part. They just acted out the dice part. Lonely mother looking out of the window. We had a window frame. Oh, I had broken the contraband. We was matching and coordinating. I almost went to the Hogue because it was like, it was all, I had everything, but I made all the girls give me everything back. We gave everything back to because we was all in white T-shirts with, you know, white pants and stuff. And I had a jogging suit that was white, black, and green. So they made with yarn jewelry that was white, green, and black and white for the girls.
Okay.
Right. But we pulled it off and it was a hit. And that's when I realized theater, because I really write plays. I love all that, the arts. That's the way I wanted to go. Because before I started selling CDs. I started just writing about everything that was within me, you know, and one thing just kind of led to another. And then Portland, I don't know if I should talk about this, but I kind of felt like as an artist, especially at that time being a Christian artist, I wasn't accepted. Do you know, in the Christian scene? You know, they didn't know what to think about me. So when they would give their big events and say, all Christian local artists, I'd feel like, well, y'all know me, but nobody invited me. Right. And I always felt like all these events, everybody knew me, but then I was like, I must not be good enough because no one invites me or no one wants me to be a part in that Christian realm, right? It was even in my own church, they would call on other people to come and sing, and I'm right there, but I could sing when there's nobody there. So you know the insecurity that shit can put on you. You're getting in your mind, right? Especially if you're not mature in your thinking and knowing who you are and confident. And it's like, and then I started learning, maybe this is for a reason. God said, let no other man boast. So maybe he doesn't want me in those circles. I'm trying to get in where I fit in, right? But it's like, no. So what it did was make me start my own shows. That's when I developed, I was always working with youth, you know, years and years. And so I just said, you know what? Forget it. I'll just create my own show. That way I can sing whenever I want to, what I want to, right? And I had to learn to like let all that go. Don't let these people be in your head or rent space in your head. They have no heaven and hell. Why? Because I had to seek for myself. I was needing validation. I was wanting acceptance. And once I went through the darkest night of my soul of not being accepted, lied on, you know what I'm saying? The rumors from within, especially the church, is like, what? So that was really, really hard. But it's a mind thing. It really is seeking yourself and knowing who you are, what your worth is. What your worth is. Do you believe in yourself? No, I can't hit a note like Mariah Carey. Do you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not a Whitney Houston. No, I'm not, you know, all that. But I have a message. I have a message in my songs. A little bit beat. Okay. And I'm good with that, right? So I just take everything that I'm good at today and learn to love myself and just do it. You know, I don't have everybody. I need money. No, I don't need money. There's favor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, favor. I had to get a lot of things with favor, right? Just believing and just going, no, I'm just going to ask. Because if they say no, then it's a no,
Right, like, what's the
That's
worst
all
that's
they
going
can
to
do.
happen?
The worst can
They
happen.
can say no.
So I learned that I was afraid of rejection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like going through myself as, and then now with FIYA's Healing Garden, all of that, now I can teach from not being in a church a minister, but being in the community on a different level,
Mm-hmm.
literally on a different level. And it wasn't easy, but I enjoy what I do, even though it's hard, because I literally get to accept me and everybody else for who they really are.
Mm-hmm.
When Last Laugh Sunday, I'm the last Sunday, last laugh strategically, I accept you. I mean, to a certain limit,
Mm-hmm.
you right? But y'all can come here. You comedians can be like, those are your testimonies. And the poetry, the different choirs, different sounds, different everything. Just looking at what is that person's gift. You don't know what that person went through, right? I had to get used to my ear hearing certain words, but I go home and cuss like a sailor. So what the hell? Why you acting embarrassed now? What? Okay, So that's accepting myself first so that I can accept others and provide a space where I can still minister strategically in my own way of just loving you with a hug, and you at least hear my songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to hear yours. Whatever gift you have, let's bring it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like lately I've had this heavy feeling, I guess, on my heart to encourage people to just do it. If there's something you want to do, you just have to do it. Because if you're waiting for a sign or somebody to tell you or validation, you may never get it. And then you're living your life waiting on somebody else when you have it within you. Just do it. You have to just do it. I don't know if sometimes people are afraid of rejection, but also some people are afraid of being successful.
Yeah, I had to ask myself if that was held me back. It's like, yeah, you had all the mental challenges, childhood trauma, yada, yada to the yada, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I still hadn't even found myself, And then because I think more with me, I wasn't sure of myself. My kids, my sisters, when I was a kid, you know every song on the radio, but you can't sing. That's all I've heard all my life. So my thing was to challenge that because I desired and want to. My memorization, theater, word, and writing. So, but that's what I like. So whether I'm a sound to you, whether you like it or not, this is what I want to do. I have things to say. So
the art is subjective. So I think it's weird when people tell people, oh, you can't dance, or you can't this, or if you don't have the fundamentals down, fine, I can see saying you can't do something. But if you're anything above that, there is an audience for everybody's type of art, right? Because however you think they say what it's like 1,000 or 10,000 or something like that, other people thinking the same thing or whatever. So that means if no matter who we are, if we put out art, we all three of us can agree, oh, that is trash, blah, blah, blah. But then this person over here is like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Exactly.
And then they sell 500 of them.
And we be like, oh.
Right. And we be like, why are they buying that?
It ain't for me.
We ain't got to do all that. I'm like, oh, hey, it found its target audience.
That's it.
I was not the target.
That's the key right there. That is the key. And me, I still don't know who my target audience is. And so I stopped looking for a target audience and brought an audience together, people together to be amongst themselves type of a thing, right? And it's kind of like, well, this is, I like this. I like directing. I'm bossy anyway.
Yeah.
Leo with a Virgo rising. So I like, let's do this. I like that. So it's kind of like, okay. So I'm still singing and writing my songs, but I like being the boss.
It reminds me of a saying, something that we both were reading, is that those kids that do things that are what some people find annoying and they call out, like later on that ends up being their calling, right? But we don't harness it. Sometimes we're like, oh my God, if she don't stop. My daughter, for instance, she loves to talk. She just want to talk to you. She don't care what you're talking about. She'll make up some random story. And it's like, girl, can you just shut up sometimes, Like, I really don't feel like talking right now. I just want to relax, but she want to talk. and she want to be around you. She want to do this. And I'm like, okay, how can I foster that into something? Like what that's her calling, but I don't know what it means yet, right? And I don't want to, can you just shut up? Because that's just going to, bring it down, impact it, put it inside when that's something that she's going to need
she
later.
She could be a motivational speaker.
That's what I was going to say. Or like a major advocate out here for people who have come through certain things that she's come through.
Finding that thing, this is what you can do. If you don't find that thing she's really interested in that she could talk about. You know what I'm saying? What else is it that when you're listening, what is it that she likes talking about? Is she just random? Right? Or can I give her an ideal about something in a strategic way and see how she'll talk about it?
I feel like I've learned that lately. That's been my approach to Mayana is like, okay, let me think about this in a different way. Instead of getting mad about how she did do it, she cares about helping. She cares about doing this. Let me phrase it in a way that lets her know like this, you'll be helping if you did this, instead of go clean your room. You know what I mean? Tell her in what way it helps, because that's what she likes to do. She likes to help people, and she wants to have a positive impact. She can't help it that she's impulsive and that she likes to terrorize, people and things. She can't help it. But, I know that there's a thing in her that she really wants to help. So it's like trying to just learn how to phrase things in a way that help her to see, the value in doing this thing that I'm asking you to do. Not just because I said so, but because if you want to be helpful, this is a way to be helpful.
How old is she?
9.
Oh, that's that age.
And I think she's starting to get it.
That's that age, though. That's that age that good things, most girls at 9, tragic things happen to us. That's when most girls at 9 is an age to where I feel there's something that tries to pull them away from us at that time. Most kids that I talk to and kids that I work with at 9 years old, the parents I remember my 9 year, you know what I'm saying, was a very tragic time exactly for me. So we have certain ages that, when you said terrorizes, do you know what I'm saying? If she's bitter about something deep down or whatever, or angry about something with someone even at school, and you may not know about it, that acting out, could that be? She might write plays.
She might. Exactly.
Have her write a play. That just, right? She can do all the characters, who she wants. I see that.
She's a storyteller for sure.
Yep.
Oh, she come up with some stories. I'd be like, that's not even the
She's
truth,
a little
girl.
young author and can write
but
some
she'll
plays.
tell you like it's true. I'm like, you don't even know. You just made that up. She'll blame somebody for something. She don't know. If she just don't know what happened, she just tell you, Mariah did this when she was doing that. It's like, girl, you wasn't even here. How you just gonna tell me what somebody did, And so it's funny.
Oh, that's gonna go
but
somewhere.
A whole story without skipping a beat.
No beat. Just
like
off top. Didn't even think about it. Just came out. It's like, how do your brain work?
Is she stage fright? Has she been on the stage?
Oh, yeah, she loves the stage. She loves the stage. She loves to dance. She loves
not
everything.
Shy, timid.
She's never been.
You know what? I don't know. I would just, you can't. That's too bad. From 2 o'clock to 4:30 is my youth. Last Sunday, second edition. Every last Sunday for the kids.
Oh, I can bring her. I can have her do something.
For real.
She'll make something. She loves.
I would just... It's an open mic, even though I have kids that are already set and their music is in and stuff. But he'll do it right there on the stage. I always say, if anybody's here and wants to come on up, right?
One day.
And yeah,
she came to one. We came to one. I was like last year, I think. You had something, and we all came. She might have got up there with my son. They were just playing, but she's just, she just loves the stage.
When it was at Wooden Fish,
maybe
in the little building.
It was somewhere. I don't remember where it was. It was an event. We came to an event and you pretty much did a stage. It's so interesting to think. I always see you at events, but I never get to hear your story or what you do. You know what I mean? I come to your last Sundays and to hear your personal story. It's like, okay, this is who that is.
Right. I was told I need to start telling my story because I don't tell my story. And I think maybe sometimes that's why I could be misunderstood when someone look at me and, why is she this, she that? Well, y'all don't know my story. You don't know my struggle. I am 64 years old.
Okay.
I done been through some shit, right? I've experienced some stuff. So therefore, at this age today, I know what I want, and I'm still reaching for more. I still don't feel I've got to my potential, my fullest of potential of who I am and the magnitude of what's coming. I still like, oh my stars. Yeah, you got to reach. You got to dream it, even if it never, comes to fruition. But you have to, in your mind, see it and still believe it. Until to the day I'm gone. That's what I still believe.
Yeah,
I still believe I'm going to be able to be that. What's up, Tyler Perry? Y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got that close to his studio, and the guards was like, back up. I was like, come on, can I just take a picture, right?
Right.
It's like you could just reach out and touch it. You're so close, right? But why don't I audition? Why don't I? So when you go back to, are we afraid of success? Are we afraid sometimes? And now that I'm thinking about that, and it's like, I've seen the application several times. People even gave it, Tyler Perry's opening up for audition.
Oh, yeah, I just got a text.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right before we started this, actually.
Oh, okay. It's ironic we're talking about it, and you just got a text
It is so
about
ironic. Last week, I signed up for this thing. They're doing auditions for something he has coming up.
I know.
Yeah,
I know, and I got all scared. I got scared, and I don't know. I don't know if it's like rejection or if you get it. And you have to pay for it, and you don't have, all these other things. And it's like, stop thinking about it, right? Just stop and just go for it. You've done everything else up until this point by faith with no money because it's comfortable. It was easy. I could do this. Not that theater isn't easy. I write plays. I've been in theater all since I first came to Portland. That's what I was in. I did No Man Can Hinder Me in my productions. I got plays right now I want to bring back out. Okay. That is like my strongest, right there. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to do it. We're talking about just do it.
Just do it.
Right?
I think that's where we kind of been, I've always had these ideas for all this stuff I want to do. And I was like, well, I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. And then it was just, I want to do this. And then like, okay, this person does this person does this. I'm like, hey, y'all want to do this with me? And then just doing it, like literally just doing it. And it was crazy because for the longest time that seemed so hard. Like doing it just seems so hard and so far away. And then you just do it and it's like, oh, I could have just did this.
Exactly.
I know that sounds crazy, but like literally that's how it feels like. Okay. I mean, then you learn things as you go along, but that whole just starting it is like really real. And I've heard that my whole life. Oh, you got to just start. It's like, but then, starting to get into the things I wanted to get into, is like, okay, well, it's never going to happen if I don't at least start it. So let me just try.
Right.
And then, bam, now we're doing all the stuff we out here doing, connecting and meeting people and stuff. But even a year ago, I wouldn't have thought any of these things would be in line the way they are.
Yeah. Exactly. When I started in the backyard, just in my daughter's backyard. It was my birthday CD release party. I love cooking. I had some fashion. I do fashion designs for these little kids. I took all their jeans and made and so we modeled that to my music, had the food, had a few people from GNC, like Shavante and G-Way. We was all theater. And I was like, you guys want to just do it? I'm going to have this and this. And they're like, yeah. And then I guess the word got out, that because G-Way at that time had started 3 months into his comedy at that time back then, right? And so then the word got in with different comedians and said, well, can we? And so we just kept doing the backyard. My daughter had built a bonfire, and then we started she'd always have other events with vendors. She would fit 8 vendors back there. I wasn't a vendor then. Now that I'm a vendor, it's like, ooh, I like that too, So now I, with the Healing Garden, the vending and all of that is a unit right there itself, right? And then the kids and the adults with the others. So you don't know. And it's kind of like, okay, we're going to keep it up. Winter's coming. And everybody's like, what are you going to do? I'll just wait till next summer. So in the yard was a lady that owned and ran Headwater Theaters. So she was like, FIYA, you can use the theater, for your grand opening, first opening on the inside, right? And so that was amazing. I couldn't stay there, but then a CBD wellness shop opened up. My daughter had a friend in a beautiful place out there on Powell. So then I started there. It was just comedy. I had over 80 people in my audience, and it was all before COVID. It was going good.
That was the first time I seen y'all. Was at that shop. It was for your daughter's birthday.
Okay. When I heard my daughter and my sons combined their birthdays together.
That was the first time I seen G on stage too.
And was it really? Oh my stars. I don't even did we talk? Did I know you then?
No. This is the first time I ever seen y'all, ever heard of it. It was because y'all had Ryan doing the food. That's how I heard about it.
Ryan did it one time. I was wanting that was a nice night.
Yeah.
That's
the first time I seen G and Ike's.
How do you find out about your events? Do you have a way for people to sign up on a text chain or to be notified of the events that you throw?
A lot of people go to IG or when they're at the events with their friends and they are artists, then they connect with me. So right now, and then if I'm out, but if most people are going to IG Last Laugh Sunday and message me.
Okay.
Just message me. Hey, I heard about, that's the easiest.
Do you create flyers and put them out there on Instagram?
But I don't have a general flyer for people to sign up.
Okay.
Which that's going to have to be in the making. Yeah. But per show.
Maybe we'll have to talk.
Per show, I have the flyers generated, the artists and things like that that's going to be on the show and and then I have those flyers, but I don't have a general, just sign up. This is who you contact and want to be a part of, right? It's once a month variety show, right? Yeah, I do.
I'm in the middle of creating one of those, but that makes sense for your show too.
For the kids too, it's you need those. That way you could put them all the time, keep them going all the time. Because once the show is over, those flyers are done,
right?
So to have just a general. I need to do that.
Yeah.
What happened? You had your thing with the kids would come on Friday. Was it Friday and Saturday? Friday and Saturday night.
Oh yeah, that was that's no longer. Yeah, it ran its course. Yeah.
We was ready to drop them kids off. Y'all gonna go have fun. Right. Go have some fun.
They were like,
go do something out the house.
They did. They did. And there's so many kids that didn't want to come when their parents brought them. But once they got there, they was like,
they was having a ball.
Exactly.
It was,
get them out the house. I wish there were more events like that because my kids just sit in the house. We live in a neighborhood where we don't know our neighbors. It's not like when I was growing up, you knew everybody. You just go outside and play. They sit in their house on their phone, on the computer, playing a game, talking to their friends.
Yeah, well, you know what they did? The reason mostly it ran its course is they tore up everything.
Oh, shoot.
I mean, come on. I'm serious. I did my best, but I wasn't there all the time, and other people used the building with the kids. So one day the pool table's on the ground, got a hole in it.
Shoot.
Yeah, the tennis table is all busted up. The recliners, all the batteries for all of the game systems. The VR, just literally, I put blue tape to try to keep it together. You put it out there. Right? I even bought punching bags, you know what I'm saying, for them to get some of the aggression out, right? And have something and they misused and pop those. So it's you can do so much. But the monitoring and things like that and the behaviors and if it's to me it should have been a certain age up, right? Not a certain age down, because then it becomes babysitting, whining, the need. I want this. I need this. He hit me. She hit me. Yeah, that's not what this is supposed to be, right? It's not what's supposed to be, right? So it ran its course, literally.
That makes sense. I get it.
Yeah. So tell us a little more about your show. You keep mentioning Last Laugh Sundays. but didn't really get into what that looks like. Like if somebody were to come to your show, what does that look like?
Well, first they're going to come in, they're going to smell, right? Because I make my own sage blends. So and then they're going to come in and see nothing but purple. Them all my table, I decorate, I go out my way to just create an environment to where, like, whoa, even the guys, they're like, oh, this is nice. You know what I'm saying? I didn't worry about men. I just said, this is what I want. So what I do is I combine my vending tablecloths and stuff when I'm a vendor, and I bring it to the show, the venue. So the venue set up is comedy. Then there's spoken word and poetry. And then there's if there's sometimes, and it's always a difference. You know, this time I bought this show is going to be a little mini fashion show. Okay, so I'm going to be representing one of the painters. Ashley Armstrong is an amazing artist. So what she does with her art is put them on clothes, shoes, bags. So I've bought 3 outfits. One is FIYA, who I am, just the artist's outfit, and everything is galactic. So everything about what she does is in the stars. And I'm just like, I'm so there, right? So one of the outfits, FIYA's Healing Garden. Now, it's not a painting of hers that she painted, but she generated it from AI. The lotus that's in galactic, big flowers. So I'll do that one. And then another one is just Fire's Place production. So sometimes, and then this show will have a instrumentalist, a guitar player, you know, does a little funk and stuff like that. And then the artist is mixed with soloists and rap and pop. Right. So whatever variety. And then I'm not sure what the one artist is when she plays her guitar, but she's not playing the guitar. She's going to do some tracks, but I don't know what her genre, you know, her style is like. And, but she's cool. So I love everybody to be like, it's different in what they bring as possible. And not too much of the same thing. But I just decided I want to go back to more of my comedy like I was. So instead of having 2 or 3 comedians, I bought back 8.
Okay.
Push away some of the other stuff that's, you know, just kind of redundant, because that's not what the show was really about. You know, a little variety.
But you cut back comedians. You cut back a lot of comedians, and then I think like a poet, and then
I know.
It was, and then, but you said you're bringing the comics back. Do you feel like they're the most popular, or is it just that you, that's what your focus was?
Well, my focus was that, period, right? And the only reason I added music is because when I was at Pizza Yaki, when it was in existence up there, the owner, she was like, Fire, you're a singer, and she loves my music. But I said, but this is a comedy show, right? You don't mix my kind of music with this. She goes, why not? And she goes, ain't they both yours? Ain't that what you do? You can do whatever. It's a variety. So I said, she said, okay, I'll drop the price $50. You okay? Oh, I'm singing. Right? And then I added a guitarist, you know, in between the comedians. And then J-Mac and I got involved, and he got me on his track, 2 songs on his track. So he came and did a couple shows, right? And then when that shut down, I went back to the backyards. And then when we opened up again, I added a couple of rappers. And boy, did I open the floodgate for that. Yeah, so I want to scale that down. You know, I that started being more of what my show was about. So I literally lost a lot of audience. I lost a lot of, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I finally was seeing why. I was seeing why, because people really kind of want to laugh. You know, they want to laugh. They're tuning out to, a lot of rap. A lot of people just don't like that, right? Not unless you're a funk band where people can listen to songs that they know and groove with, right? So you have to tap into what it is. And so I just said, okay, I miss what we had, what I had. I miss what I had. Yeah. It's okay to bring a little entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Variety, and keep it a variety and not just one thing. It's okay to have 2 or 3, maybe 4 of that, and but you can't have 10, 12 rappers on your show. You just can't do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the difference between Last Laugh Sunday, the adult side, and then the kids show?
Well, the kids show is during the hours to where it's it's family friendly. Period. It's family friendly, and the object of that one is really to bring parents. It's like this saying that says, "Save the drama for your mama." I say, "Save the drama for the stage, and bring your mama to come see your drama." Okay. I kind of do a little thing, and the whole thing is different. There is parents are getting involved, and they're performing with their kids. Dads is playing the guitars for their babies. So you get to see that the parent is like, let's take notice of my child's talent and art, whatever that may look like, whether it's a book, whether like Bray, he plays the violin. And when he first started, he was very beginning. I get to watch him grow, and you know what I'm saying? And just like, oh my God. So it's just beautiful to tap into the children, right? Because I think it's therapeutic, and I think it brings balance. And then they have something to look forward to and plan for. The kids are like, I got songs I'm going to be singing. I want to dance. I want to do this. You see what I'm saying? So it also takes them away from that phone time a little bit. Because it gives them a responsibility, right?
Yeah.
And then my next thing is like one of the girls, it's like clothing. Let's get a style, right? I remember Punky Brewster. So I grew up in that time to where everybody had this, kind of a style, and I still kind of is into that, right? And it just kind of helps. So the difference with them, it's family, right? And under 21. Right. But it's still family, but it's mostly, it's first it was just for the kids. But when I saw some of the parents, and I was like, why not? Yes. Let's bring the parents out. Right. And then you get some people that are there supporting other parents and their kids. And then they're like, can I do something? Yep, you sure can. Just keep it friendly. Just keep it clean, period. So I liked it that. I opened that up too.
So when do you have those events?
Right before Last Laugh. Today.
Okay.
From 2.
So every last Sunday you do this?
Well, I was doing it. It was called the third Sunday Family Night Out. Okay. Right? I was doing it the third Sunday, but I figured now that I've kind of changed my avenues. I want the kids to experience a stage. So when I talked to Dale not a while before I started, I said, I have them in this space that I'm creating, and stuff. But I'm dramatic. I'm like, I have a stage, and I know see if he'll let me earlier and not charge me, right? If I bring the babies in, if I pay the one price, can I, have, And so it worked out. And so I'm excited, and the kids are like, oh my gosh, look at the stage. And that just like, they've never been on. And it's just, they get that experience young, not being afraid of a mic, not being afraid of a stage. And so the younger they can start. I've had storytellers. My grandson, a little book writer, he wrote his own story, right? So then I had a little girl read a book. And it doesn't matter. They don't need to be professional at all. FIYA, FIYA means faith is your answer. So if you want to take that chance, you got it.
So how do they just come to your event? Or
most of the parents know. See, a lot of the parents are, some parents I've known through the community with their kids, right? And then some of the parents are artists that is on the Last Laugh. They got their kids that, you know what I'm saying? And so, but right now I don't have a sign-up sheet. It's not out there for
because people are going to be like, so how do I get my kid on there?
I want to. I want that. So, my stars. Yes, I want that, right? Yeah. And so again, another way is, I got to make it. They can go to Facebook. I'm all on. I'm over social media. I have 3 Facebook pages. Put up under Tamar Walker, my main page through Messenger, or keep it simple. If you have IG, go through Last Laugh, Messenger, and message me and let me know I got a kid that's this age. Because I've had people do that. It's like I have a kid that I've had 5 people that did that, but I haven't met the kids yet.
Okay. Well, I have a kid.
Right?
Who's 9.
And yes, and like I tell them, it's kids that like one show, a bunch of kids was just there. And so I opened the mic up before I start on the flyer. And oh my stars, them babies. This one little girl just wanted to get on the mic and say, Daddy, I love you. 20 times.
Okay.
We were like, okay.
So are you working with Cafe United then? Because I know that they do a open mic for kids.
No, I didn't know that. But you know, it's so ironic. That's where I was yesterday.
Exactly.
For
when
the
you
first
said it,
half.
I was thinking, okay,
And it was supposed to be like a family. That's Pinoy. Pinoy that does that. Also, well, I don't know if United Cafe does it different.
No. Well, the owner of United Cafe, the one downtown, right?
Mm-hmm. The brother, the African
my friend. Well, there's 2 owners.
Oh, okay.
One of them is a friend of mine.
Okay.
Roderick Edwards. Anyways, we've been considering doing some stuff down there, but they said they do a open mic for youth, I think on Sundays.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay.
I haven't heard of it. I know we was there yesterday for an event, and then we went to the Barrel Room. We do that every other Thursday with Pinoy. We always get together and we do the Barrel Room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on Thursdays, he called it Ladies' Night. But that means Ladies' Night can get in free. I mean, you know, before a certain time. Everybody thought the show was about just ladies. No, it's... He went old school on them.
Okay.
You know, but no, I haven't heard of that. Yeah, I've tried to connect with other organizations like Friends of the Noise and things with kids, but they're not willing. It's kind of like I got a question, what are you going to do with the kids? Oh, so you're Crested, I can't say it right. Me, you know, I don't charge. I'm not making money off these babies. I pay.
Right.
Hello. And that's what I have to tell the other artists. How much we get paid. You guys stop.
Right.
Please stop. You know, you're on there 5 minutes or 7 minutes. Come on. You're not bringing people. We don't sell tickets. Why am I paying you for what? I am paying for you to perform in advance.
You're paying for the venue.
I'm paying for the venue. My sound system, everything. We bring that on our own.
Costs money. Yeah.
Right? Everything we do, from the flyer, putting your name on it and marketing it and advertising you.
All of that.
What are we talking about? Right?
You know, we know.
Yeah. So, but now I'm just like everybody. I don't have to really look for nobody no more at all. I don't. So that's a kind of a good thing. Like next month's show, I've already got like 10 artists backed up, you know, on a waiting list.
Yeah.
So that's kind of good.
Yeah.
Just can't wait till the money starts coming. That part, you know? That's the part, right? Yeah. So, but in the meantime, I'm doing what I love.
Right.
You've been on the show.
I have been on the show.
You've been on the show. Yes, you have.
In 2 different spaces.
Yeah, I was a pop-up for a minute.
But it was good. It was fun. I had people show up to see me that I didn't even realize saw the flyer like that. Because, you know, you never know who sees your flyers.
True enough.
And it wasn't like, hey, I'm doing this show. Because I was like, I don't know what it's really, because I hadn't seen it before I was on it. And so I didn't know what to expect. But then I had people that I know popped up, but they also had been to the show before. And then it turned out they knew people on the show as well. And I was just like, okay, let me see what's going on here. And I was like, okay, I like the atmosphere and the energy here. It was good. And I don't know, I had a good time. It wasn't like no pressure. It wasn't no weird energy. It was, I don't know, it was cool. I really liked it.
You know, I want you back.
I know.
It's hard. It's challenging when we start our own shows and then things happen on Sundays. It's like everything is for a season. It's not always you get some artists like, can you just stay? It's like that kid bringing on the puppy dog. Can we keep it? Can we keep him? You know, but yeah. Yeah,
I'll come back at some point. I gotta get my shows settled in so that I know what my schedule really looks like. Because right now it would just be like, you want to do this on this day? And he'd be like, yeah, it works for me or whatever. And that's how. But I want him like like you do last Sunday.
You want consistent.
Yeah.
You want
so
it to
then
be consistent.
I can look at my calendar and all these bricks is here saying this is when I'm not available. You can fill in the rest of the time. That's where I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. I think that's why I strategically chose that, the last Sunday. It's a big project putting these shows on. So I can't do it weekly, right? I cannot do it weekly. I would like to, right? But I do also, I know we would be burned out. And the expense is, unless I had somewhere that I did not have to pay. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be one thing, but it's a lot to put into these shows. It really is.
Even the ones you don't have to pay, like it releases that financial burden, but it's still a lot that goes into it because you still got to do all the work. You just on top of that. So I would say even those two.
I can't wait till we get a space.
I know.
That's something I think about all the time. Like we just need a universal space, a space that it's just, I just have this vision and we just need to find this space.
I drew mine. I drew a vision of my space of what I wanted in 2009. And I still have it on paper. FIYA's place. And in that is like so much. There's a library with all knowledge and it's soundproof. There is a theater room in there, a little mini one, right? There's a pool table for gaming. There's stage on each side of the stage, the sound booth, and then the waiting room for just the artists. Don't be seen. It's like a fashion show. Don't be amongst the people, right? Come straight in. Everything in there for you. Food, relax. You getting ready to minister, really. You know what I'm saying? You're getting ready to perform, right? Deliver. And so at the same time, there's a little kitchen so somebody can have a job and work and wait on a few tables and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I wrote it all out. It's crazy.
That was nice. Yeah. And it's purple.
And at that time it wasn't, but
it will be.
It's going to be purple. All these different purples and the accents to go to purple.
It's so beautiful though, right? It really is. And when I think of, if I go biblically for a minute, there's a scripture that says, think on these things, things that are beautiful, things that are noteworthy, things that are pure. You know what I'm saying? Things that are lovely, right? So in my mind, it's like, okay, what am I going to think of? And I said, people are beautiful, but they're not pure. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. So I created and always wanted, if I had a yard, a garden, but with big statues and things that I would put in it to be able to just go sit and read. I didn't think about meditation. I didn't know none of this at the time, right? And I didn't know my garden would be my healing garden and doing the mini altars and things like that. And when I went to Africa, I was able to bring back, the Atlantic Ocean brought me back all of these beautiful stones and everything. And so now I have jewelry that is made out of it and things like that. So those are things that are beautiful. So I just started collecting. And I don't have a dinette set table. My whole table is just every stone and rock that is just beautiful to me. It's all laid out, my candles, and just I burn my own. I've been guided to make my own sage blends instead of just the bundles, one at a time. So I have a whole mix that is just, whoa. So, just, you just have to have that. I don't know where we was going with it, but I got lost in the garden right now.
Oh,
sorry.
No, you're fine.
You got me thinking. I'm like, maybe I need to make a sage.
I know. I was
candle.
like, I wonder what will you put with sage?
It can just be sage.
Okay, so
I'll put like a raspberry note.
No, look. Okay, so let me give you some of my hints and ingredients and what I do. So what I do is there's a lot of different types of sages. Your eucalyptus, rosemary's, black forage, white sage. You see what I'm? There's so many different types, and they all have their own different purpose. Right?
Okay.
And then you have your regular sage, right? You got pine. Okay, there's just so many. I will take them all. I take the medicine off the sticks because a lot of people don't understand why it keeps going out when the bundles, because the sticks, they don't burn, and you have more sticks in those bundles than you do leaf. So I strip them, and then I go and buy raspberry, spearmint, okay, let me see, just so many different things. There's just so many different things that I just buy. And I'm thinking of like witch hazel. There's just these barks. There's all Palo Santo. Now the Palo Santos don't come in leaves, but it does come in its own sticks, the woods. And I get that. So everything to do with the smell. So the mind, the pineal gland, the only time it gets a break, the only time that muscle gets a chance to have a break is when we stop thinking. Mm-hmm. And another way to reach clarity is what we're smelling. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, when they take a walk, they're angry or upset, they walk and they come back and calm down. They don't even realize from the trees and the atmosphere. It's so subtle, you don't realize you're inhaling nature. Mm-hmm. You know, you're inhaling and being able to breathe properly, you know, because now you're, right? You done walked, you're taking those deep breaths and you're able to calm down. So what I can do is bring that to you without happening to go there or before you get there, by bringing the elements of all the different trees, that is medicine, into a collaboration to where you can put it on the little disc, burn it, and set your intentions and go throughout the house without wondering, what does this one do? What does that one do?
Right.
This blend does it all.
Well, I need some of them blends.
Okay.
Right. In my candles.
Right.
I have a candle business. I make candles out of white beeswax. Well, I can use anything, but I've been using organic white beeswax to make my candles. And I had this idea as we're sitting here. I'm like, I can do like I did for a friend of mine and create that scent. And for every candle that I sell, a percentage can go to you. But it would be of that.
Really?
Your scent. Yeah. I would love to do that.
And we can do it because, you don't know, but I do services like one-on-ones. Mm-hmm. So I've posted, if you go to FIYA's Healing Garden on IG, you'll see all the different altars and leaves and things that people make. And in the center, is a little tea light candles that they use. Okay. Now I've been going to the Dollar Tree or Walmart or whatever, been getting big packs, of hundreds and stuff to use. But and I always set the big altar with all the candles at the same time. So it'd be nice to have pure. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll do it. I like that.
That sounds good. I want to smell that.
You want to? I do too. I'm very excited now.
Yeah, goodness. This has been a lot.
There you go. Listen, everything has to pause for business.
Right. All right. So at the end of our show, we normally do a gem or we want to share just, information to bring people to your shows and how they can find you and things like that. And then we're going to close up with a gem. And it's what is our takeaway? What little piece of knowledge do we want to drop on people? The whole point of this show is to just bring people in, share their stories, and give knowledge, and just the stories that we don't get because family passes on and our ancestors, they're not here anymore. But we can always share something of value, what we've learned, and so we want to make sure we capture that today. But yeah, what your schedule every last Sunday?
Yes, it's every last Sunday, and it's 2 shows. It's at the Morrison Market, which is stage 722 Southeast 10th.
Okay.
Southeast 10th. And the youth family show is from 2 o'clock to 4:30. And the adult show is from 6 o'clock to 9:30. Okay. It says 10. I got to 10, but I'll be trying to get out of there by at least 9:30. Yeah. Start breaking things down. Try to stop the show because they don't want to leave. Right? Or you can always go on IG, look up Last Laugh Sunday. If you're interested in the shows, definitely, and message me straight through the messenger through Last Laugh Sunday. And it's just straight Last Laugh Sunday. And it has a circle with people on a mic in black and white, little yellow. So yeah, you won't see my face till you go into the page. No, right? So yeah, as far as that, and Facebook is Tamar Monique Walker, and there's hyphens, TA hyphen capital MARA, and Monique is the same way, MO hyphen capital NIQUE, and then Walker. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can add that.
So
you got that.
And takeaway.
Yeah.
My takeaway would be, don't let what other people say to you or the lack of you believing in yourself stop you. Believe in yourself more. Just do what is in you to do. When you say, I don't have a gift, I don't have a talent. Yeah, you do. What is that one thing that you do when you're doing it? It makes you feel good. It doesn't matter whether you're putting together flowers or a bouquet or whatever it is. It makes you feel good. That means it's going to make someone else feel good. Don't let money hold you back, stop you from what you believe in and what you want to do. Just do it. Keep thinking of Nike now.
Right. We're going to have to come up with our own symbol.
Right. But so mine is kind of piggybacking off of the just do, with not being afraid to shoot your shot. Well, at least business wise, I'm definitely going to try to shoot my shot in business all the time. And how that just happened was just beautiful to me. I love it. That's the type of stuff that I build. And I can't wait to see what this collaboration brings. But yeah, just not being scared to say, you know what, I have this idea, which even like y'all got to see that live, but that's how we be doing stuff. Literally, we sit there and be like, I have this idea and I want to know if you want to do it with me or whatever. That's literally how we've gotten into the just do. Just trusting the fact that you thought about it. It sounded good to you. Somebody else is going to want to do it with you.
Mm-hmm.
They might not find you in the beginning, or they may. Like, we are always here like, you want to do this with me? Sure. And it'd be like, I don't know how we going to get there or whatever, or how it works, but you let me know. And like, it really is just starting and just doing. So going back to that, just get started.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, my gem of this show.
Sorry.
For Renauda. My gem from this show is, just say it. Just say it. Just share. You have to just share, right? Because people, in so many different ways, whether it's what you're thinking, what you're feeling about somebody else, we always lifting each other up. But share your stories, and you never know what's going to come of it.
That's right.
It can do nothing but induce happiness, or make people proud, or help somebody get through something else. So just share your story, right? Or find somebody's place, right?
That's right.
So just share, just talk about it, share. Don't hold it all in.
Now let's go back. Mine was just do it.
Say, yeah.
And what was yours again?
Just start.
Just do it. Just start.
Just share.
Just share.
That could be the whole tagline.
That's like a
just do it, just start, just share.
Hey, that's Bart. Just do it, just start, just share. Hey, let everybody just care.
I love it.
Oh my God. This has been a really good conversation.
It really was healthy. Thank you so much for the invite.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was worth it. I'm awake. I got to drink coffee with nothing in it, literally.
My tea ain't got nothing in it either.
And I think I'm really feeling it. Like I've never felt coffee before.
Like it's got your weight.
Thanks to
Philip. Thank you, Philip.
Yes. Yeah. So I enjoyed myself. Now I'm going to leave here and go straight to the Morrison Market and start getting everything set up and ready for today. So if you're not doing anything, y'all come on out, support this family, support your girls, support the venue, support these kids more too than anything, because they love to see people come in, right? And if they don't know you and they're like, oh, you're coming to see me, that matters. That matters.
It does.
I'm gonna have to bring the kids out.
Yeah,
we like to get them out to do stuff outside the house.
Yeah.
The more you know about, the more you can take them, because they always want to go. Dad got a show. Can I go?
Right.
No, you
That's
can't
what
go to Dad's show.
I want to go.
They be so. Yeah, we want to go to the Sip and Paint. Oh, you guys can't go. We need a space.
Go to the comedy show.
No,
for that reason. So that our kids can come, because we always have to go into these.
Somebody has to provide something for the kids. There's so much for the adults, and for me, somebody with 10 grandkids, right, and a great grand. And when she came into town, I just made a whole day of taking her everywhere I could think of, right? Because their energy, and I absorb that energy. I love being around the youth. I mean, I do. We don't realize it, and their ideals and their creativities, right? But getting them out and doing things with a family on a Sunday that don't cost nothing, you're not going to really find that too many places other than a park. You can go to the park, pack you up some food, and the park is cold. Right? Yep. So, yeah. All right.
Well, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
And thank you for the invite, both of you. And I can't wait for our collaboration and me to smell what you're going to create.
Yes, I'm excited. I haven't made a candle in a few weeks. I mean, I think over a month. I've been selling these one candles, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for those candles to finish selling,
right? And
then I'll make some more. So, but I'm excited to come up with a new scent. Yes, awesome.
All right.
Well, thank you for joining us on Talk to Them.
And where every story counts.
We're always like, how do we end this?
Right. I thought you were gonna say, I'm Kennitha Wade, so I was waiting for that, and I was like,
Here's our blooper. Was I supposed to say I'm Kennitha Wade?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember.
Anyway, all right. Thank you.
Oh, please don't put all that on there.